Hi guys. With this video, we show you the solving quadratic equations with the quadratic formula. Part 1. Consider the quadratic equation. ax² plus bx plus c equals 0. The value of x is given by x is equal to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. All of that over 2a. Here are some exercises of how the quadratic formula works. Exercise 1. Solve x² plus 4x minus 12 equals 0. We see a equals 1, b equals 4, c equals negative 12. Now, we use the quadratic formula above, then we get x is equal to negative b. Negative b is negative 4 plus minus square root of b squared. B squared is 4 squared minus 4 times a is 1 times c is negative 12. All of that over 2a. A is 1. So we get x is equal to negative 4 plus minus square root of 4 squared equals 16 minus 4 times 1 equals 4. 4 times negative 12 equals negative 48 minus negative 48 equals 48. So, plus 48. All of that over 2 times 1. 2 times 1 equals 2. So, x is equal to negative 4 plus minus square root of 16 plus 48. 16 plus 48 equals 64. All of that over 2. Square root of 64 equals 8. So, we get this one is equal to negative 4 plus minus 8, then over 2. Negative 4 over 2 equals negative 2 plus minus 8 over 2 equals plus minus 4. So, we get x equals 2 or x equals negative 6. The solution set has two elements, 2 and negative 6. Exercise 2. Solve x² minus 8x plus 16 equals 0. This case, a equals 1, b equals negative 8, c equals 16. Now, we use the quadratic formula above, then we get x is equal to negative b. Negative b is negative 8. Negative is positive. So, this is 8 plus minus square root of b squared. B is negative 8. So, negative 8 squared minus 4 times a is 1 times c is 16. All of that over 2a. A is 1. So, over 2. This is equal to 8 plus minus square root of negative 8 squared equals 64 minus 4 times 1 equals 4. 4 times 16 equals 64. So, this one equals 64 minus 64 equals 0. So, square root of 0. All of that over 2. Square root of 0 equals 0. So, this is equal to 8 over 2. 8 over 2 equals 4. So we get x equals 4. The solution set has an element 4. Exercise 3. Solve 2x² minus 8x plus 16 equals 0. This case, A equals 2, B equals -8, C equals 16. Now, we use the quadratic formula above, then we get x is equal to -b. -b is -8. Is positive. So, +8 plus minus square root of b². B is -8. So, -8² minus 4 times a is 2 times c is 16. All of that over 2a. A is 2. So, over 4. This one equals -8² equals 64. Minus 4 times 2 equals 8. 8 times 16 equals 128. So, 64 minus 128 equals -64. So we get x equals 8 plus minus square root of -64. All of that over 4. At this point, we have a negative number inside the square root. If you haven't learned about complex numbers yet, then we would have to stop here, and the answer would be: the quadratic equation has no real solutions. If you do know about complex numbers, then we continue the calculations as follows. We can write square root of -64 equals square root of I² times 8². Because -1 equals I² and 64 equals 8². This means square root of -64 equals 8i. So we get x equals 8 plus minus 8i. All that over 4. So, x is equal to 2 plus minus 2i. The solution set has two elements, 2 plus 2i, and 2 minus 2i. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.